Hello and welcome to our live stream review of the long-awaited sequel in the Viewaskewniverse, Clerks 3. I am your host, Cinematic Sterling, but you can just call me Devin. We're all friends here. And joining me are my friends Rome, Rob, aka the right dude, even though he's on the left, so I guess we can call him the left guy, and KitchenAid Whiskey Jones, also known as Mark. So how this is going to go, this is going to be a spoiler discussion for this movie. So if you have not seen Clerks 3, then what the hell are you doing here? Go watch the movie. I mean, the screenings end soon, so yeah, just get your ticket now. So how it's going to go is I'm going to give my review first, then Rome, then Rob, and then Mark. All right. So being somebody who has lived in New Jersey his whole life, it would make sense that I am a fan of Kevin Smith and the Viewaskewniverse movies. Clerks is one of my favorite movies of all time, and I think Clerks 2 is even better, mainly due to the hilarious and emotional third act. When Kevin Smith announced he was making a Clerks 3, I was both excited and skeptical. The ending of Clerks 2 was perfect and served as a great farewell to these characters, so I wasn't sure what he would do next. After waiting, I finally watched Clerks 3 last night, and it didn't disappoint. I absolutely love this movie. Jeff Anderson and Brian O'Halloran slip back into their roles as Randall and Dante and easily give their best performances as these characters. While Randall is still that hilarious pop culture reference spewing asshole, we see a more vulnerable and emotional side to him that we haven't seen since Clerks 2 after he survived his heart attack. Brian O'Halloran absolutely crushes it in this movie. There is a scene where he's given this powerful emotional monologue to Randall, and it gives me chills every time, and it gave me chills the first time I watched it. Their friendship is easily the heart of this movie and the first two Clerks movies. Trevor Furman, Jason Mewes, Kevin Smith, and Rosario Dawson all do great jobs in this movie. Trevor easily had the funniest scenes in this movie, going from a Christian to a born-again Satanist and a metalhead, and I love that. Rosario Dawson's scenes as Becky's spirit encouraging Dante to move on are great and are easily the most emotional moments of the movie. There are even cameos from other characters from the past movies, such as Veronica. Kevin Smith not only brings it with his humor like the first two Clerks movies, but also brings in a lot of drama. This is a very emotional film. This is the most emotional film he's ever done. Besides putting in his story from surviving his heart attack, the scenes with Dante mourning Becky and the ending where Dante dies are easily the most heartbreaking moments of the movie. The ending with Dante even made me cry in the theater. I knew this movie was going to be an emotional roller coaster when Kevin made the smart decision to start the movie with Welcome to the Black Parade by My Chemical Romance and played the very emotional Just Breathe by Pearl Jam during Dante's funeral. The references to and nods to the original are very clever too, even though I felt like there was a little too much member berries, and sometimes that did get kind of old, because there were even points where they would say, hey, remember this? Remember when we did this? So, and it was a little distracting at times, but hey, that's just a nitpick. In conclusion, Clerks 3 is one of Kevin Smith's best movies and is easily his most emotional. This movie shows why we love these characters, and this served as a very good end to them. It's one of my favorite movies of the year, and I highly recommend you see it. And my rating is a 9 out of 10. Rome, what did you think?
I really enjoy the movie a lot. I've been a long time fan of Kevin Smith, probably going back since Mallrats. That was my first time I ever heard of Kevin Smith. That, just and then once I saw Mallrats, then I saw Clerks 1. I really enjoyed Clerks 3. It might be one of the best things he's written that I can remember since Jersey Girl. It's very enjoyable. I had a lot of laughs. I had a lot of nitpicks with it. I went into this with a lot of expectations. I echo a lot of things that Devin said as well. Like, I really enjoyed Dante's scene at the end. I really enjoyed the relationship between Randall and Dante. It was just like catching up with a bunch of old friends again that I haven't seen in 10, 15 years and what they've been up to. And this movie really felt like, it had a lot of laughs, but it made myself, and I'm sure you guys as well, feel a lot older than we are. And just seeing Randall and Dante and just seeing the whole gang back in was fun. I also echo what you said as well, Devin, about the nostalgic. That was really the thing that I had a problem with almost not every scene, but just about every 5 seconds or 10 seconds. They had to tell us, hey, remember this scene, remember that scene, remember this scene in Clerks 1, 2. But overall, I had a great time watching this movie. It definitely left me sad and just had a lot to think about. One thing that makes a good movie for me is walking out thinking about it a lot, and then that tells me it's a good movie. I had a great time watching this movie. I give it an 8 out of 10.
All right, this is Rome's rating, an 8 out of 10. Rob, what did you think of this movie? Rob, you're muted.
Okay. Can you hear me now? Okay, good. Let me start off by saying I love the Clerks movies. In fact, I would even say that I think the second one is even better than the first, even though I love them both. It's just great seeing two nerdy friends sit around with their low-wage jobs talking about movies and just having fun and being nerds. I honestly had no idea that there would even be a sequel, let alone two of them. And with Kevin Smith's latest film, Clerks 3, I will say that I think that it might be the best of the three movies. Let me say off, the acting is great. Both Brian O'Halloran and Jeff Anderson both work together perfectly as Randall and Dante. They have great chemistry. Same could be said for Jay and Silent Bob, with as like Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes as the stoner duo Jay and Silent Bob. For me, I would say the heart of the movie is the friendship between Dante and Randall. I mean, we've known these guys for so long, and it's just I felt like their bond was a lot stronger in this one. Every other character does great in this film. I mean, hell, even Elias is even funnier here than in the second one. I like how he goes from a born-again Christian to a born-again Satanist, which was hilarious. The other cameos were really good by Rosario Dawson, Jennifer Schwab, the chick who played Emma, and you know what I mean, Marilyn something, the one that played Veronica in the first one. I also found it to be a love letter to Kevin Smith fans and just fans of filmmaking in general. Like after Randall suffers from a heart attack, he realizes life is a little too short and he needs to start realizing his potential in making movies instead of like simply watching them. And he tries to make a film about his life as a mean store clerk where just everyone plays himself. And Kevin Smith really shows how to make a very well independent film. I will agree that sometimes the nostalgia bait can go a little too far at times. Not all the time, but just a bit much. The ending, what can I say? The ending got me very teary-eyed. Without spoiling anything, it's very touching and very emotional and just shows how powerful these two main leads' friendship is and just how to properly close off this trilogy, which many other franchises don't know how to do. To be honest, but overall, any other problems I might have would probably just be me nitpicking. But overall, this movie is fantastic. I highly recommend it. Even if you're not a fan of Clerks, I would still say give it a watch. And overall, my rating is a 9 out of 10. Easily one of my favorites of the year so far.
I agree. This is here is Rob's rating. Mark, what did you think of this movie?
You're muted.
Mark, you're muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's get started.
Let's get started.
Let's get started. Mark, you froze.
Thousands. He relies entirely too much on nostalgia, having lived in
Mark.
Well, Mark, can you?
What?
Can you start over? As soon as you said "let's get started," you froze.
You froze as soon as you said "let's get started."
Jesus Christ. Anyway, oh God. All right. I've grown rather tired of Kevin Smith, the person, having apparently been crowned king of the nerds by the media without asking anyone. I didn't vote for him. And his projects have been hit or miss of late, unlike the nice run he had in the 90s and early 2000s. He relies entirely too much on nostalgia, having lived off the same cast of characters for 3 decades now. When he does try something new, or messes with the beloved property. The quality can range from a high of Red State to a low of Tusk. So imagine my surprise when Clerks 3, a movie I was obviously not looking forward to seeing, proved to be rather good. It does make sense, after all. This is where he's at his best, and two men dealing with the existential crisis of middle age is certainly relatable to me on a personal level. Throw in a couple of heart attacks, Dante dealing with PTSD after Becky was killed by a drunk driver, increasing tensions in Dante and Randall's long friendship, and a death in the family, and you have the makings of a deeply emotional film. Kevin Smith poured his heart into this film, and it shows. The emotional beats are, without a doubt, the best, most poignant parts of the film. Things get a bit sketchier once you move away from that, however. The humor works for the most part, but not perfectly. While there are some genuinely hilarious laugh-out-loud moments, I too would like to know what a butt thief is. The jokes don't always land. It's not so much that it wasn't funny, because it is, just not as consistently funny as its predecessors, especially the last one, which I felt was the funniest of all three. The cameos were nice, but felt a bit forced sometimes. Ben Affleck's cameo was a bit weird. I get that he's supposed to be over the top, but it felt like he was going over the top until it's so over the top that it becomes a parody of itself. Speaking of parodies of themselves, look, kids, it's Danny Trejo. For some reason, I honestly hope he leaves well enough alone this time and moves on to new things.
Mark froze again.
Froze again.
Moves on to new things.
Anyways.
Poor Mark. Hold on. Let me text him.
Yeah. Mark.
There it is.
Mark.
Yes.
All right. Continue where you left off, please.
You froze.
Yeah, you froze as soon as you said moves on to new things. You froze. As soon as you said moves on to new things, you froze.
Fucking what? Oh my God. I'm getting rid of this Chromebook. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, maybe it's not for an upgrade, man.
Oh, yeah.
All right, continue.
All right. Anyway, I honestly hope he leaves well enough alone this time and moves on to new things. But at the end of the day, this is a sweet little film that nicely wraps up Kevin Smith's Clerks trilogy. Though I'm no longer the fan I once was of his work, I have to give credit where credit is due. My rating is a 7.5 out of 10.
All right, this is Mark's rating, a 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
And I do agree. I agree with what you said that after this, he should leave it alone.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I think that's what he said a while back when he was about to be working on Clerks 3. Clerks 3 was going to be the last thing he would write or direct in this universe.
Yeah, because I mean, what else could you even do in this universe?
Yeah,
Right.
I don't know. I mean,
it has nowhere else to go. So I'm
Jay and Silent Bob run for president. I mean,
sure.
Don't give him my
and win.
Yeah.
you already just gave him an idea. Like he's
But I do want to correct
yeah.
myself. I said Jersey Girl. I meant to say Chasing Amy.
Oh,
Chasing
yeah.
Amy, not Jersey
Chasing
Girl.
Amy.
Wait a minute.
that is another great one.
That's another one.
Chasing
I love
Amy.
Chasing Amy.
I like Dogma.
Dogma was really
Dogma,
good.
I like. Dogma is honestly one of my favorites.
Yeah.
But continue with what we were saying earlier, like, because like their story is over, you know.
Yeah.
At the credits, Kevin was saying that this is how Randall lived out the rest of his life. Because he was saying he went on to make movies until he was 90.
Yeah.
So he has Randall got his ending.
Right.
Dante had his ending, but then again,
Yeah.
he's dead.
Yeah.
We'll bring him back as a ghost in another film. Watch, I guarantee you that it'll be Randall and Ghost Dante. Watch.
Ghost Dante.
So high, sees Dante.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not even supposed to be here today.
Like something I do. One of the big things I do appreciate with this movie is this isn't necessarily Jack. This isn't necessarily a straightforward comedy. This is more of a drama.
Yeah, exactly.
And a lot of there were reviews. There were reviews where I read saying that the comedy was weak, and it's focus less on it. I'm like, I see that as a good thing. This is a much more emotional experience for all these characters. I was not expecting them to say, oh yeah, Becky's dead, and so is his unborn child.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah,
I did not even think they would do that.
Yeah, that was pretty harsh. Honestly, that's what kind of clued me into. I'm honestly glad that Dante died, because that's not some shit you just get over. Exactly. So I mean, it makes sense that this would be his piece, for Dante, especially a guy like Dante, because I mean, I am a guy like Dante. So I mean, that's not something you can just get over like that.
Right?
Yeah,
and because they show that picture, and that my friend, because I saw it with a good friend of mine, because he's a big Kevin Smith fan like me.
Yeah.
And as soon as they show that picture, it's like, Becky, like, rest in peace, Becky. We looked at each other like,
fuck.
What?
Yeah, that was just came out of nowhere to me. I was like shocked by that, because I thought he would visit maybe his mother's grave or something, or nope. I'm trying to be Becky's like, what the fuck? Damn.
I know.
And the drama scenes do mix well with the comedy.
Yeah.
It's not like in a lot of movies nowadays where they try and mesh humor with like a serious scene and it fails miserably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taika Waititi. I haven't forgiven you for Thor: Love and Thunder. None of us did.
I mean, the other part was like, the fact that Becky was also pregnant with his child. He had a daughter named Grace, and I thought maybe the daughter survived because they didn't say what happened to his kid.
Yeah.
Then you learn later that the drunk driving accident killed both of them. You're like, oh my god.
Yeah, that was really hard.
I mean, how's he able to just go back to work and try to live his life with Randall and knowing that this happened, and she's been dead for a long time now?
Yeah,
I thought we were going to see, because I thought we were going to see like how Dante would be as a father, like how him and Becky would be as parents, but we didn't get that. Which, I mean, I'm not upset about it, because Kevin managed to tell it very, very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think he's saying that he was the Randall character, that Randall was more like him? Because I would always assume that he would be more like Dante, but maybe it would be more like Randall.
Oh, like what do you mean?
Or like, do you think that Randall is based more? Do you think that he's saying that since Randall became the filmmaker, do you think he's saying that Randall is kind of based off of him?
Yeah, he's mentioned that before, that Randall has always been himself.
Yeah.
Like he wrote Randall as himself. I mean, I don't know. In this movie, I could see it being more a combination of Dante as well, because like he has a family, he has a daughter. And maybe in this one, it's a little bit of like both now, where like Dante is like the mature side of Kevin Smith, and Randall's like what he was back in the 90s before he settled down, because Randall never settled down with anyone.
I was a little turned off by I thought Randall went a little too far at being an asshole after his heart attack when he's filming the movie. But I thought about it and I thought, it makes sense, because he's just had a heart attack. He feels like he hasn't accomplished anything in life, and you think about it, he really hasn't. So he feels a lot of pressure here to get this right, and you kind of figure he was fucking with Dante the whole time. Talking about how he's just a minor character and all this shit, and gonna kill him off and everything. Then you see the movie at the end, of course. Hey, guy, you were the main guy all along.
Yeah,
right, of course.
Yeah, it's kind of a dick move, but it is understandable,
Yeah, exactly. Because I was discussing this with because I was discussing this earlier with I think with Rob, and I think Rob was there too. Like Clerks, I see as Dante's story. Like he's the main one that we're supposed to relate to. He's like the everyman.
Yeah.
This guy who still hasn't figured himself out.
Yeah.
And I like how this trilogy, it started with Dante and it ended with Dante.
Literally.
When we first met Dante, he was still a kid out of high school trying to figure his life out. He got cheated on by this girl that he really liked 8 times, and then he was dating this girl who was, he found us sucking 36 dicks, and he was 37, and all sorts of stuff. And he's like, what the fuck? Trying to figure out his own life. Then Clerks
That's
2,
all-
it's like he's getting engaged, he's trying to have a family. So we kind of saw like these different stages he went through that can relate to.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like Mark
I've
said,
always,
Devin
like,
said, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think like with Clerks, the original is the classic, and honestly, I think the dialogue was the best part of that film. The dialogue was just so fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And a lot of it sounds like the kind of fucking conversations people the nerds have amongst themselves,
Right.
No, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
We've had plenty of we've had good conversations like that.
Oh
Exactly.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because I thought I'm sorry, because I rewatched Clerks 1 before I went and saw Clerks 3. And I felt like Clerks 3 was like, let me get back to basics with making this more comedy drama. You have some comedy sprouts in it, but it's more drama. Because Clerks 1, I saw more of drama with comedy sprinkled in it. And Clerks 2 was more of a very comedy-centric thing.
Yeah.
So I felt like he went back to basics, which I really enjoyed about Clerks 3.
Yeah.
It was the best. I felt like it was the best of both worlds, because Clerks 2, we started to see a lot more of the drama, because Dante's moving away and Randall's upset about the fact that he's basically
losing his friend.
He's losing his friend.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like, even though I love all three of these movies, I still maybe say Clerks 2 is still my favorite, just because that entire third act is just perfect. I love the scene in the prison.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The scene in the prison where Randall says, "You're my best friend and I love you."
Yeah.
And then they buy the Quick Stop and they live out the rest of their lives together.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, my favorite, I think, will always be the first one, because the first one's special.
Yeah,
and the second one is the funniest, and this was a nice way to wrap it up.
I felt like this one was actually a lot more emotional and had a lot more heart, and like I said in my review, I felt like the friendship was pretty, to me, that was the heart of Clerks 3, and that's why I mean, just that bond, just everything wrapping up, that just was so perfect to me, and I think that's why I consider this one to be my favorite.
Yeah. But he's always leaned heavy on the comedy. But I mean, it's like in the first one, it's so fucked up. I mean, a dude dies in the bathroom jerking off, and his girlfriend gives him a blowjob. Doesn't even think it's good.
He's dead. He's dead.
Holy shit!
And then she's dramatized after it. It's like
Jesus Christ. I mean,
and she ride him too, because she went and saw Dante and made out with him, and she's thinking Dante was that guy, and she's like, "Oh no, I'm not here."
What do you have for us, Rob? Oh.
It's me.
Hold on.
Nice.
Let me full screen this.
It's me, my brother, my friend who is the one in the chicken mask, with Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes.
Nice.
And then this is me with Jeff Anderson and Brian O'Halloran.
Nice.
Yes. I had to show that. I did see them at this year's GalaxyCon, so
Sweet.
it was a lot of fun.
Dude.
nice.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Oh yeah.
Crap. What else did I love about this?
What do you think of
movie?
the comedy? Like some of the stuff with Randall after he got his heart attack, he's worried about a small dick. Being shown, he's trying to like hide it from Dante because he was worried about it being like a giant monster.
I did not know that Randall need to know.
By the way,
need to know that.
I know that I was wondering what kind of what they would because you know how like in the first one they pretty much were talking like the original Star Wars, and then the second one they were talking about how Lord of the Rings was more popular and how the Star Wars prequels people were looking down on them because the prequels and all that sort of stuff. I was wondering what kind of Star Wars thing they would bring up. They did bring up the Mandalorian.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he talked about Mandalorian.
Yeah.
I was honestly I was wondering like
the Star Wars show.
Yeah, the Star Wars show. Like they were bringing that up.
Yeah.
Funny thing is that yesterday.
Hey Jazz.
Hey, what's up, Jazz?
Hey Jazz.
What's up, Jess?
But what I was going to say was this. The funny thing is the fact that like months ago, like I can't remember how long ago, I was watching Clerks 2 with my brother, and then he was laughing so hard at the when Randall was giving a lot of shit about Lord of the Rings and all. The weird thing about my brother is the fact that he's not really a Lord of the Rings fan. I tried getting him to watch the first one. He was so bored with it.
Wow.
So
Wow.
Hey, that's his word. Huh?
No!
Funny thing is he was laughing so hard with Randall, and then he was like, you know what? Since Jeff Anderson's coming, I want to. He wants to ask him. I agree with you on Lord of the Rings, and I was like, you should do that. And he was like, no, I don't want to piss anyone off.
Yeah, when Randall said that in Clerks 2, that, for me, anytime if I watch Lord of the Rings, especially the ending of it with Sam looking at Frodo, it's unseen, like knowing what Sam's probably thinking in that scene.
Yeah.
Thanks for the ending. Kevin Smith's written. Yeah.
Preach.
Yeah. I love Lord of the Rings. Yeah.
I love Lord of the Rings too. So, but I can understand if it's not necessarily for everybody.
Yeah, true. It's not.
Right. But I do kind of agree with them. I do prefer the Lord of the Rings extended trilogy over the original Star Wars trilogy.
Over the original trilogy? No way.
Do I stutter, bitch?
Not over the original trilogy. There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way. Nah.
So how are you enjoying The Ring of Power? Have you seen The Ring of Power yet? I mean, I know it's out Clerks 3, but have you seen
I have not,
yet?
because I've heard, I know some people who love it. I know some people who hate it. So I don't know. I'm just gonna have to. I'll have to check it out for myself. From what I understand, it's not based on the Silmarillion. I know that. Yeah. It's just kind of its own thing. I guess if you can take it at its own thing, that's just based on the movies, not the books, then I don't know. But
yeah, I just read that they're saying it's not clear on what direction they're going in with the story.
Yeah. So exactly. So
Good thing you're not here, Jazz. Because this is my fucking stream.
There you go.
I'm Willy Wonka. This is my chocolate factory.
Hold on.
Consider me fucking Willy fucking Wonka. This is my fucking chocolate factory. You got it.
Just obey your ass, dumbass.
Oh yeah, I can.
Just obey. Even when he's not here, he still has to dominate the chat.
Yes, he does.
Yes, he does.
Don't tempt me.
Although it's kind of a good thing, he is hoping Devin gets into the algorithm.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's something good out of it.
Yeah.
But
let's talk about Elias and just how good he was in that movie.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I love.
He was hilarious.
The scene in the hospital was genuinely hilarious.
Yeah.
It's like he's like praying to Jesus. It's like, oh wait, I spited him, and then he switches sides and says, "Praise to Satan."
When he got down on his knees to pray to Jesus, I couldn't help but think of Cartman singing.
Yeah.
Get down on my knees and start pleasing Jesus.
I feel his salvation all over my face.
Because now again, then it's Satan. He's like, "What do you think? Don't you think Satan's going to want something from you? Yeah, probably butt stuff." He says, "Take me, Lord Satan." He's like, "Pull your fucking pants up! What the fuck are you doing?" Because everybody else in the hospital just kind of taking it in stride. Nobody's looking or anything. It's like, whatever.
I love how even though he's almost 40, he's still calling him Mr. Dante.
Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah,
Dante. Yeah, that's Dante, not Mr. Dante.
Funniest reference.
Funniest reference made in the movie.
Oh man, that'd be something with Elias.
Yeah, I would say Eli.
You also
Yeah.
ran
Or Elias.
Elias, sorry.
Yeah, it was Elias.
Oh,
His
yeah,
name's Elias.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
I love the joke. I love the joke they kept making with the kites.
Yo,
Yeah.
the kites and the NFTs. The NFTs.
Yes. And finally, they take off at the end. So
Yeah.
got to have some way to save the shop, you know.
I get with the fucking kites.
I just like the different outfits he had too. Coming every scene you see
Yeah.
him coming in, he's just like rocking it on. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I love how he went like a black metal goth approach.
Oh yeah.
And he's when he started showing up in drag, oh my god. I'm like, one minute he looks like King Diamond, then he looks like Marilyn Manson, and now he looks like Lady fucking Gaga.
You went from talking about pillow pants and Clerks 2 to Hello Satan and Clerks 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny how the he gets there, and of course there's gum on the lock again. This time he just fucking scrapes it off. He's like, could have done that shit in the first fucking movie, man.
And now we know why they always had the sign where we assure you we're open.
Yeah.
Someone is always sticking gum in the lock.
Yeah.
Did he also show up playing that music that sounds like it was recorded on a McDonald's toy?
Yeah, who
What?
showed?
What's he?
What
What you talking about, Willis?
McDonald's toy?
McDonald's toy? What?
Is he talking about?
Clarify it.
Yeah,
Could you specify a little bit more, Chaz?
yeah. Try and like specify, because honestly we don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah.
Mark, I read an interview with Ben Affleck and Kevin Smith, and we were talking about that scene with him and how it just kind of doesn't make any sense. I guess it was some stuff that Kevin Smith had from message boards back in the day. And he told Ben Affleck, your character is going to be Boston John, and you're going to be talking with his Boston accent, just rambling about something on the message boards. So it's supposed to be like an inside joke between the two of them.
Oh, okay. Because I get what he's going for now, because a lot of like black metal songs have really bad production.
Oh, okay.
That's what Jazz was talking about.
I gotcha.
I was surprised they weren't playing King Diamond again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite parts in Clerks 2. They were tormenting Elias by saying King Diamond, and Silent Bob was just dancing along to it. It was great.
How do you feel about Silent Bob in this? Because my other nitpick was I felt like I saw too much Kevin Smith, because he gave Silent Bob a lot of dialogue in this one compared to all the other movies.
Oh yeah.
That's why I was like, that's why one of my nitpicks I had with it was just I saw Kevin Smith more than Silent Bob.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I mean, it made sense. I mean, I did love when he said, hey, I'm a fucking director, and that's what I would do. But hey, what do I do as a fucking director?
Yeah, when they assigned Silent Bob as the DP.
Yeah.
Pretty much just having Kevin Smith, just play himself.
Oh my god! No, not that kind of DP.
We were talking about Silent Bob, and he wants to shoot the movie in black and white.
I've been to a friend of mine who passed away a few years ago. He was also a huge fan of Kevin Smith, and he would have loved this movie. I know he would have. But he dragged me to see. Dragged me to see Kevin Smith, and Jason Mewes was with him in Raleigh, in Durham. And it was a few years ago. It was over 10 years ago, I know. And it was very funny. Jason Mewes is very fucking hilarious.
Oh, he is funny.
Jason Mewes is fucking hilarious. I mean, that guy is just genuinely fucking funny.
But
yeah, he just really is just playing himself. Yeah.
Speaking of Jason Mewes, I know a few years ago Jason Mewes actually did appear again at GalaxyCon a few years ago. My brother, I don't know if my brother actually did watch this show. I don't know if it's a show or a movie. I don't know if anybody else has heard of it that has Jason Mewes. It's called Todd and the Book of Pure Evil. I don't know if any of you heard of it.
Is that a movie he did?
Right. It's like, I think it was like a movie or something, but it started Jason Mewes, and my brother had the idea of like a sequel or something. He told Jason Mewes, and he was like, "Dude, you should write that down. You should." He was pretty much telling him to like make fan fiction about it, and that's why my brother does fan fiction, is because Jason Mewes.
Nice.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
When does this movie come out on Blu-ray?
Never.
It's gonna come out digitally
kidding.
before it even goes out on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it will.
Yeah, as soon as like the Blu-ray or if the Blu-ray's up for pre-order, I am getting my copy immediately.
I'm assuming I would think that at the Blu-ray, if it were coming out on Blu-ray, it'd probably be around like Thanksgiving or Christmas. I'm guessing.
But the digital will come out probably by the end of October.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that the digital.
Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how you guys felt about it, but I liked Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
I did too.
It was all right.
I mean, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back is a big guilty pleasure of mine.
Oh, I
love that movie.
Strikes Back is fucking hilarious.
Oh, I really love that.
I am the fucking clit.
Commander. I rule that clit.
But for the record, he loves the cock. I'd say this is definitely probably be up there with the first 3 Clerks movies, and Dogma and Chasing Amy is like my favorite. As definitely my favorite. Of his movies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen like his apparently like bad movies. Like I haven't seen Tusk. I haven't seen Jersey Girl.
I haven't seen
Jersey Girl.
I haven't. Let's see. I haven't seen Tusk. I haven't seen Jersey Girl. I haven't seen Cop Out, although I heard that one was pretty bad. I heard that one was pretty bad. So.
Yeah,
and I haven't seen Cop Out either, and I haven't seen Yoga Hosers.
Yoga Hosers, I would think it's the worst one that he's done, because it was made to be like a B-list, C-list kind of movie that's purposely done the way it was. Tusk is okay, but it was more like he was heavily inspired by the Human Centipede movie.
Yeah. From what I've heard or read about Tusk, is it's Human Centipede people with a walrus.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much. I mean, it's just bad. It started off interesting enough, but then it's like, what the fuck am I watching? Oh my god!
What the fuck is this?
What the fuck is this?
Play that clip, Devin.
What the fuck is this?
Oh, where is it? Oh, here it is.
What the fuck is this?
And by the end, it's like, my eyes. Oh my god. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's bad. And I was excited for it because I'm like, oh great, it's like it's going to be like a horror movie. I mean, from Kevin Smith, and I really like Red State. I'm like, hey, this looks like it might be good,
Yeah, Red State's very underrated too.
Red State grew on me, I mean, I found it interesting from the first moment I watched it. That's always a good sign. And I just had to keep watching it. And eventually I was like, yeah, I think I really like this movie, So, I mean, I love the direction he went with it. So, I mean, it was something completely new from him. So, and I was looking forward to Tusk, but it just did not land for me. It's like, what the fuck? So, but I mean, I don't know. Clerks has always been his bread and butter. That's where he started. So that's where he's wrapping up. So it's going to be, the question is, where does he go from here? I mean, he's wrapped up Jay and Silent Bob really with Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
Yeah.
I know he was trying to do Mallrats, but that somehow, I guess he has no rights to it or something. He was ready to shoot Mallrats and the sequel.
He wanted to do another Mallrats.
Yeah. He wanted to do another Mallrats.
Yeah, but something happened.
Chasing Amy too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, he can't do. He can't, because I know he said he wouldn't do it, but then I heard rumors saying that he was thinking about doing a Clerks 4, and I'm like, no.
I was gonna say looking back, like I said, there's nowhere for the story to go. There's nowhere.
Unless you would just follow Elias and Randall's misadventures.
I was afraid he might do that.
But then again, that might as well, if they were to do that might as well not even be called Clerks 4. That might as well be called Elias and Randall's Excellent Adventure.
Yeah, I mean, just wouldn't be the same. Like, just leave them alone. Maybe have him pop up a cameo with whatever else he does. But just leave it alone. You kind of wrapped up
Exactly.
Clerks the way it is, and
Oh yeah.
you know, if you want to do another Jay and Silent Bob movie, go right ahead. You know, but like, just
Yeah.
leave Clerks alone.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I thought Jay and Silent Bob kind of ended kind of fittingly. You know, they both had kids. You know, so I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
I did like the part where like the kid's about to buy some weed, and he comes out of his weed store and try to sell it to him like it's still illegal.
Yeah.
I know, right?
$15, little man. Put that shit in my
In my
hand.
hand.
Nah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because I thought that was amusing because he's still trying to treat it like it's legal, and
Yeah.
coming from someone who lives in New Jersey, I'm like, what? Why are they still doing this? Weed is legal here.
That's a
Right.
good question. That's a good point. It's like
Yeah.
now that weed is legal in New Jersey, what the hell did they do? It's like shit.
I mean now
They're running a
now they
THC
have a-
store. Now they're legit. Jay and Silent Bob are like, what the hell?
yeah they have their own. They actually have their own business,
Yeah.
a part of
Yeah.
the Quick Stop.
Jay
Yeah.
and Silent Bob
Where
sold
you-
out for the man.
I
They're
mean,
not
what?
Jay and Silent Bob. They're Jay and Silent Man.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, yeah, it's like the video store that closed down like a decade prior.
Yeah,
They just turned it into like a weed store.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeez.
To be fair, Jay and Silent Bob did use their money from they used their money they got from the royalties from Jay and
Yeah.
Silent Bob Strike Back to give
Yeah.
to Dante and Brandel so they could open the
Mhm.
store.
Oh yeah.
So it
After
does make
flying-
sense. So it
After
does make
flying
sense.
around and kicking people's ass.
And they did reference it again when they were trying to make that movie in the convenience store, because they were talking about directing and everything. Oh yeah, we know a lot about movies. We're in a movie and all this other stuff, so they kind of reference a lot of that.
Yeah. So they had a little bit of that money, so it makes sense that they would have jobs there.
Yeah.
Right.
And we don't really see video stores anymore.
I mean,
Not anymore.
video stores pretty much went in the way of the dinosaurs, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I was honestly hoping that they would bring a reference to that, like how video stores have gone extinct and it's all about streaming. I thought they were going to make a reference on something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, though, I do appreciate that that RST video still moved on. But again, going back to what we did earlier, doing a Clerks 4 is like doing a Toy Story 4 after Toy Story 3's great ending. I know they already did that.
That's like, let's create a sequel just like Star Wars did to the original.
Yeah, exactly.
Just leave it the fuck alone.
It's lit.
It would be like doing a definitive conclusion for the Halloween franchises, and then doing an unnecessary sequel.
my
Like
God.
they already did that. So yeah, moral of
And
the story.
you know why they did that?
To have money.
Moral of the story,
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's all about the green, and I'm not talking about the green that you smoke.
Did anybody have like a favorite cameo or somebody you were like excited to see again, whether it's like a character from the first movie or just a surprise like actor or actress just popping up out of nowhere?
It was nice seeing his girlfriend from the first movie.
Oh,
I forget her name.
Yeah.
Oh
That
yeah,
was
from the
great.
first one. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was a lot.
It would have been nice to see, oh God, the girl who wound up sucking the dead guy's dick.
I was hoping we would see her again.
I was,
Yeah.
yeah, seriously.
Well, there's a reason why we didn't see her, because in 2017, the actress who played Caitlin Bree died.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh,
Oh shit.
shit.
So that's why
Fuck.
we didn't see her.
Ouch. Sorry to hear that. Damn.
That sucks.
Damn.
Yeah.
Did y'all notice at the very end, like the closing shot, you see Kevin Smith's daughter being the one to check the
The milk.
milk?
Yeah.
Does that mean like she works there now?
I don't
I
know.
mean, who knows?
I do like
Is
the
that-
fact that Walt Flanagan showed up a couple of times well, at least once or twice in this movie, because he played like 6 different characters in the first movie.
Yeah.
So it was nice to see him back as like, I don't know if he wasn't. I think he was the egg guy in this one.
Yes,
And
he
then-
was.
Yeah. And you're like, I don't know, get out of here. I don't know what just it was kind of funny to see him back playing the egg guy again.
Devin, did you get, or did you guys actually see Jazz's response in the chat?
Yeah.
Chasing Amy 2. Will he get the poon?
No, Chasing Amy 2 has to be about her in a lesbian relationship shit.
Yeah,
Or maybe him.
He technically did get it.
Yeah.
It didn't keep it.
Yeah, he didn't keep it.
He didn't keep it.
It's the story of Ben Affleck's life.
Oh my.
George Takei will never get old.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, so okay. Then again, the dude is with now the dude is back with J-Lo again. I mean, he's had Jennifer Garner and J-Lo, so
yeah, what year are we back?
No reason to complain. So I mean,
and he had Ana de Armas too.
It's crazy. He went from her to J-Lo right away.
Yeah.
I think he was cheating on.
I didn't realize he was with her. Ana de Armas.
He was cheating on her. And he was cheating on her with J-Lo for a while, because then there's a documentary with J-Lo following for the halftime show back in 2019, and she's talking to Ben Affleck over the phone. This is around the same time he's still seeing Amy de Armas.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Huh.
I'm like, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Ana de Armas is absolutely gorgeous.
I mean, Ana de Armas. Sorry about that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ana de Armas, she's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, she really is. So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing her in what is it?
Marilyn Monroe.
Marilyn Monroe, Blonde.
Yeah.
I think it's on Blonde.
Yeah, Blonde. Yeah,
Blonde.
yeah.
So I mean,
I'm looking forward to that too.
Zimmer.
I've heard it.
Yeah.
I saw at least one review that said it wasn't very good, but that's just one review. So I mean, shit.
Yeah.
Rome, I got a question for you. Did you see this movie with like the Fathom event from Regal?
No, it wasn't Regal. This was we have Showcase Cinema in where I'm at in Boston.
Okay.
We don't really have. There are some AMCs, but they're very small and finding. So they got bought up by another company that's locally New England. I guess I would say New England or Boston, Mass owned. So. Oh,
I got you. Yeah, because
we don't have the commercials that like AMC has or Regal has. So it's kind of a normal commercial where like.
Because here's the thing, I'm actually an AMC guy because the closest theaters I have are 30 minutes, and that's AMC. I had to drive an hour just to get to my closest Regal theater because it wasn't playing in any AMC theater.
Oh wow!
So I had to switch. Theater chains for one day, and thankfully I didn't have to deal with that stupid Regal ad. Devin knows what I'm talking about.
You can't sit with us. So you're telling me there's a chance?
Hey, you guys!
Yeah.
This guy, hang on, wait. This guy has to deal with that ad every time he sees a movie in theaters.
I'm sorry.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, Robert, we come to this place for magic.
They're both really bad to me. Oh my god.
Nicole Kidman's actually shooting another one for AMC.
Oh no.
Yeah, I heard what she's supposed to do.
If you need to go see a movie to laugh, to cry, and all that shit, see a fucking therapist. That's what you do. Yeah, I mean, there's some great films that can do that for you, but Jesus Christ, if you need to see a film, oh my god.
I mean, Clerks 3 made me laugh and cry.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
exactly.
They can do that. Yeah, I mean, and so.
Look, the Nicole Kidman ad is bad, but I'll take it over. This place is nicer than my apartment. Don't call me Shirley.
And again, it raises the point. Danny Trejo has become a fucking parody of himself.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking tired of every time we see him. He's just, god damn it. Can we get another? I'd rather get another fucking Machete film over this. God damn it.
Me too. I wish we'd do a third one.
Seriously. I mean, they were supposed to do a third one in space, right?
Yeah.
They're supposed to go to fucking space. Oh my god.
I've never seen Machete, so
Machete.
Neither have I.
It's
Neither
kind
have
of a comedy drama. I don't know. I don't want to
Yeah,
say drama.
it's very much a comedic action film. You know,
Yeah.
it's like very much action comedy. You know, it's not meant to be taken seriously at all. But I mean, it's still fucking great. It has great action in it, though. You know, so I mean, but Steven Seagal's in it as a villain. And he's really fucking good at it too.
I do know it's Robert Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So did anybody laugh when Dante and Veronica hooked up in the car, and then you saw Jay and them coming out, and Jay's just like beating off to the whole thing? No, that is such a Jay thing.
That is.
Wait, hold on. I want to bring up this thing that Jazz posted. One more thing, Devin. Why the fuck would a theater advertise themselves in their own theater?
Because they want you to come back.
themselves off. That's why.
They want you to come back. They want you to keep choosing them, even though people don't choose it that way. They just go to the nearest fucking theaters. So I mean,
yeah, that's why
whichever's most convenient for them. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I go to Real, because the closest AMC to me is like a half hour, 40 to 45 minutes, and I can just go to this one that's 20 minutes away.
And that's the same. That's the same thing for me in AMC. I mean, it's the closest theater from me is AMC.
Yeah, I think the last time I was at an AMC was when I saw Wonder Woman 1984.
Poor unfortunate souls in pain, in need. I wish you had that clip. I wish you had that clip.
Nah, I'd put that clip on Disney would sue us.
Yeah, the theaters that go to a showcase, they don't. All they give us for an ad is like, grab yourself a popcorn, grab yourself a drink, sit back, relax, and enjoy the movie.
Yeah,
exactly.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
just do it like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not people quoting movies out of context or having someone explain how to watch a movie.
You sit on a throne of lies.
That's what they put up before they before they show the movie itself. They're like,
this is going to be the beginning.
But you've thrown off the Emperor's groove.
I couldn't resist. I could not resist. I've traumatized Devin.
Satisfied?
Worth it.
Somebody had to, do
someone's got to be Phantom Zone if Jazz is not here.
Exactly. Yeah. Someone had to do what, Jazz is
Are you
not
happy,
here.
Robs? Are you happy?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna go overboard with it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna Phantom Zone someone every 5 minutes. Well, fuck, what else did I talk about? Rome, have you seen The Woman King yet?
No, I'm planning to see it at some point. Probably not this weekend, maybe the following weekend. Or this week. I mean, I'm probably gonna go by myself. I asked my wife if she wanted to go with me, but she's kind of not interested. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll check it out probably this week when I get out of work.
Yeah,
it was good. It was definitely a very pleasant surprise.
Yeah, I did really like it. So
I mean, I know it's a propaganda movie, but I'm still gonna check it out anyways. It looks pretty good.
And we're gonna be doing a live stream of The Woman King on this guy's channel next.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Subscribe.
Speaking of crying, Jesus, it's hard in places. So.
Yeah, that movie is definitely it's female empowerment done right.
Exactly. Thank you. Exactly.
Take note, Alex Garland.
Yeah.
Take note, Alex Garland, with your pretentious pile of shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Men
are evil.
Men.
I don't even think we've told our audience on just how we watched that movie together.
Oh yeah. So funny story before we go. In May, Rob and I saw that a horror movie by A24 by Alex Garland called Men. And we both absolutely hated it. And just for fun, so this guy decided, hey, let's do a bad movie roast on this movie. And how did you guys like it?
What were your thoughts? Play the John Malkovich. Huh?
It's like someone giving a baby.
Play the John Malkovich clip.
Hold on, I lost it. Where is it? Are you done, Mark?
I'm done.
All right.
Good. Where the fuck is the clip? I really got to organize these clips better. I just fucking had it. Oh, here it is.
What the fuck is this?
Well, we were gonna do a drunk bad movie roast, but then you were like, "No, thanks." Although,
So Mark and I had a little bit more. Mark and I we had it ready.
Oh yeah, seriously.
I couldn't drink because I had to work the next morning. So
And that's perfectly understandable.
Yeah.
I'm probably is there anything else we want to say about Clerks 3?
It's a good movie.
Go check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wraps it up very nicely.
Yeah.
It wraps it all up very nicely.
It's hard to find good. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Mike.
No, I said that's it. That's all.
Yeah.
It's a nice
For,
movie.
for me, it was hard to find good comedy movies these days because it's really hard to do comedy without offending people.
Yeah.
But this one's a good comedy movie. You're just looking for a lot of laughs. There's some drama, there's some sad moments, but if you're looking for a good laugh and a good time, that's what this movie is.
I think I would honestly rate. I'm trying to debate which comedy this year I like more, this or Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe.
I would say this.
I would say this.
Yeah.
Because right now I have this as like my favorite comedy movie of this year.
Oh yeah.
All right. So that being said, we're gonna wrap it up. To anyone who watched this review, thank you very much for checking it out, and check out these guys' channels. These are some really good people, and if you like their content, give them a subscribe.
Yeah. And don't forget to stay tuned for stay tuned for how much longer for this guy's live stream of The Woman King.
Yeah.
And stay tuned for October 1st for our live stream review of Rob Zombie's Monsters.
And we know you're so looking forward to that, aren't you?
It's gonna be a roast, everybody.
Yeah. or in my case, a rant and ramble.
So stay tuned for that.
Yep, stay tuned for that, and we will see you next time.